Is the cry in the country? The people them angry, we go dead. We go dead. And they boiling for murder. They can't take the pressure. We go dead. We go dead. Cost of living start rising while the salary decreasing. We go dead. We go dead. Man, we can't buy no grocery. We don't have no money. We go dead. We go dead. Grenada get rough, hey. Man, it really tough, hey. Donut dollar. You want a godfather? Here in this country, trouble and misery. Will somebody help us on that till we go dead. Tillman, oh God, we go dead. Nazim, oh God, we go dead. Peter, oh God, we go dead. We go dead. Tillman, oh God, we go dead. Nazim, oh God, we go dead. Peter, oh God, we go dead. Glennis, Calhoun, Churchy, oh God, we go dead. House of Parliament, big argument, we go dead. We go dead. We say them opposition, causing confusion, we go dead. We go dead. Forestries and fisheries, all them ministries, we go dead. We go dead. Will someone have mercy, save us in this country, we go dead. We go dead. Grenada get off, hey. Man, it really tough, hey. Donut dollar. What a godfather. Here in this country, trouble and misery. Will somebody help us on that till we go dead. Tillman, oh God, we go dead. Nazim, oh God, we go dead. Peter, oh God, we go dead. We go dead. Tillman, oh God, we go dead. Nazim, oh God, we go dead. Peter, oh God, we go dead. Glennis, Calhoun, Churchy, oh God, we go dead. Tell the PM for me, pay me money, we go dead. We go dead. All the thing he promised, all that diminish, we go dead. We go dead. In election campaign, can't hear that again, we go dead. We go dead. Will someone have mercy, save us in this country, we go dead. We go dead. Grenada get off, hey. Man, it really tough, hey. Don't have the law. You want a godfather? Here in this country, trouble and misery. Will somebody help us on that till we go dead. Tillman, oh God, we go dead. Nazim, oh God, we go dead. Peter, oh God, we go dead. We go dead. Tillman, oh God, we go dead. Nazim, oh God, we go dead. Peter, oh God, we go dead. Glennis, Calhoun, Churchy, oh God, we go dead.
Right now, Grenada on fire. Everybody start to perspire. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving. try. They somehow the country try. When they won the election, them fellas didn't have a plan. One time they get so they eat. That is why they lose every seat. What?
We are the winning team. We are the winning team.
What do you mean?
We are the winning team. And we will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver.
Grenada in Shida is our.
We will deliver.
Poverty rising by the hour.
NNP will deliver.
You don't see everybody sour.
We will deliver.
That is why we bringing back Jonah. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver. You don't know. People wanted change, so we give them change. No, it's big horrors. They wanted dollars.
Unemployment high, for people up slow. For this country growth, NDC must go. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver.
Grenada in Shida is our.
We will deliver.
Poverty rising by the hour.
NNP will deliver.
You don't see everybody sour.
We will deliver.
That is why we bringing back Jonah. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver.
4 years no investment, can't see no betterment. Only promising, but nothing happening.
Well, how me country run is of great concern. Grenada fall down, so let Jonah return.
We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. We are the NNP.
How you mean?
We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. We will deliver.
Poverty rising by the hour.
NNP will deliver.
You don't see everybody sour.
We will deliver.
That is why we bringing back Jonah. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will deliver.
Bola made Emlimpe and Bola. Paris Modest, Boston and Delma.
Who again? Nimrod, Clement and Oliver. Who again? Clifton, Bowen, Alexandra. 15.
Nicky still W, me brother.
I said 15.
And we not that as me prime minister.
Yo.
We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP.
How you mean?
NNP will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver.
Grenada in Shida is our.
We will deliver.
Poverty rising by the hour.
NNP will deliver.
You don't see everybody sour.
We will deliver.
That is why we bringing back Jonah. We will deliver. We will deliver.
And good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott, here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour.
We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. We are the NNP.
Hope everyone has been having a fabulous night thus far.
We will deliver.
Well, a fabulous evening. It's not night yet, yeah.
We will
But a fabulous evening thus far.
NNP will deliver.
And that you have had a wonderful day.
We will deliver.
That is why we bringing back Jonah. We will deliver. We will deliver. We will.
Yeah, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Talking Points is on.
Ho, 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 ho.
Yeah, and we're going to get into the discussion shortly, huh? Just letting you all get the time, get in, yeah?
Cause the green
I'm not seeing my magic number to start the conversation yet, huh?
no passage, just walk.
Yeah, it's a Friday night, so I know you're slow getting in.
People get ready. But the greenhouse is
Y'all know me on the Friday nights, you know, early onto the Friday night thing, yeah? I'm telling all you.
walk right in. In a critical state, don't wait until it's too late. Hopelessly we have roamed. Now this house is a home. Man, how could you sleep at night when poverty and hunger we got to fight? You gave nothing but disrespect and neglect. Through representation you forget. Representing the rich and mighty while neglecting the poor majority. But they come
And saying a special good night to all of you joining us via We Noise Radio. All of you joining us via the Talking Points website. Yes, there are folks that join via the Talking Points website on every night. And I don't give them their kudos. They've been joining like that from ever since, huh?
people get ready.
Especially that particular one that has to, I don't know why they think they need to record the program. We leave everything up anyway.
Just walk right in.
But we say a special good night to them, yeah.
People with propaganda, lies and ramble.
Yeah, your IP does show us, so we know, yeah.
You're still complaining and playing the blame game. No blind and empty promises. Won't work for
Good night to you, Debbie Seals.
only
Mayana, Julia, Nashma, Charles, Veronica, Louis, Alexander, Kathleen Ledlow, Francis George, Luna Lolo Williams,
open.
Deborah Flanders, Errol Bonaparte, Theresa Joseph,
Just walk right
Gillian Noel, Deborah Laborde, good night to you.
ready. What's a green
Matthew Boyne,
one?
it's cooling down, man. 60-40 is cooling down.
Riding.
Osbert James, Scribe Spice Fitness, Jacinta Livingston, Alban Harris, good night to you.
Just walk right.
Alban out of all the name I go stumble on is yours, man.
People get ready.
Michelle Alexander, Spicy Dave,
Everyone is welcome.
Jackie Raymond, Faithlin Halley, Douglas Patley Frank, Claude Abraham, what's up, brother Claude? All right, Adrian Watts, good night to you and your lovely wife. Jefferson Hagley,
Right now,
Good Life, Dennis Sandy, Hermie and Khalees, Faithlin Halley Douglas. I see you there again. Sherma Jeremiah, not Sherma Alexander tonight. Sherma Jeremiah, good night to you and Zela. Zeze, Zela.
You don't need no back.
And Andrews Alcy Peters, Yolan Pariag, Anne Marie Grant, Sky, Olive Mitchell, Amanda Jeremiah, Shirley Noel, Joan Henry, Marilyn Ferguson, Christine Otley, Deborah Flanders, Mavis Mitchell, London Gordon.
The greenhouse is open.
Yeah, I'm not seeing properly tonight. Agatha Williams, Amanda Jeremiah, Rodney Barry, Jacinta Alves, Elisa Bernard.
But the greenhouse is open.
And that's on the YouTube.
Everyone welcome.
On the Facebook, let me see. I see Enid Dakota don't jump out at me on the Facebook already. They and Landon Jane. Good night to both of you.
Can't afford to backpedal and reverse. Behold, they put us in what's so deep and dark. Tell them no way, we're not going back. We're going forward ever. Keep moving. Building up Grenada. Keep moving.
John Mark, Earl Bonaparte, Cecil Celestine, Norman Noel, Winnie Simon,
The money program. Helping the youth of this nation. Keep moving.
Alistair Andrews, Teresa Buddy Frederick, Hickda Mahan,
We have a plan. Keep it moving. To develop this nation. Keep it moving. Green. Keep it moving.
Teresa Buddy Frederick,
Grenada stand.
Charmaine Ragbasing, Marilyn Ferguson, Kamita McPhee,
Green. Keep it moving.
Joan Henry Peter James, Devon Haywood, McLean Mitchell, Teresa Gill, Rebecca Stafford,
They had the chance, they didn't do a thing.
Veronica Frederick, Leroy St. Paul, Nurse Wendy Ann Maguire, Kathy Pope,
Tell them Grenada is not a toy. We the leader.
Ingrid Bourne, Kenry Gibbs,
Give them second to none. Keep moving.
Cynthia Bay,
Keep moving. We voting and then after
Ventris Relish.
that the poor man. Keep moving. Whoa, 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 whoa. Keep moving.
Relish, why you Deacon Fire in Claudette Telesford and Kireen? Well,
Little black man. Keep moving. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
he had to start by firing himself.
And then Mickey Mouse, the Carriacou. Keep moving.
Nesta Sinclair, Diane Romney, Rosanna Nichols, Ruth Thomas, Dr. Julie Dubois, good night to you, Evadne Dawson,
Going green on
Enid Dakota, Latoya Maguire, Dana Abraham, Jamari Auntie,
keep getting better and better every year.
Ruth Thomas, Jill Williams, Victoria Mark.
Grenada stand.
I see all of you jumping in. Yeah. Remember to spread the message, yeah? I have just a few from the magic number for us to start the discussion. So come on, Ollie, we have things to talk about, yeah? Anytime I turn on the AC inside here, that is when this thing's starting up, you know. Come on, let me see the likes go up to, let me see, yeah, over 100. Let's see the likes on both the Facebook and the YouTube go up to over 100, yeah. We needed to go there, yeah, nice, right, nice. And like and share, nice, good. Dena Tamada, I see you, and Sandra Joseph, Anna Scott, Jacinta Alves, Rodney Barry, Amanda Jeremiah. I see you all. Hey, cuz Christine. I think we'll take one more and then we start with conversation. Yeah, let me see which one we go take again, the man. Yeah, let me take that one and then we go start with conversation.
Grenada, somebody wave your hands and give me praise. Say, we can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't sit down. No, we can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't sit down. Grenada, what you say? We can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't sit down. No, we can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't sit down. Do you know why? For all he has done for me, how he set my spirit free. He even drank a bit of cup for me. No, me can't sit down. From Palacor to Calvary, he took the walk for you and me. Then they nailed him to a tree. No, me can't sit down. Grenada, can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Me can't sit down. No, me can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Excuse me. What do you say? We can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't sit down. Grenada, can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. We can't sit down. Listen to me. So no matter what you say about me, no matter what you do to me, see I know I have the victory. So I can't sit down. He places a fire down in my soul, and the Holy Ghost is in control. The blood of Jesus satisfies. I give him pass and he testify. Grenada, can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. He can't sit down. No, me can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. He can't sit down. My God, can't sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. He can't sit down. I refuse. He's been good to me. I gotta testify. Put up your hands and give him praise. Put up your hands and Grenada, 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 Grenada. Somebody give him glory. No way, we can't. I say no way. He's been too good to me.
All right, so let's get it started, yeah? And first of all, just to give you all some reminders, this Sunday, the zonal meeting is going to be taking place at the St. Mary's RC School. That's this Sunday, the October the 13th, and it's going to be starting from 6:30 p.m. On the platform, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, political leader of the New National Party, Honorable Emlyn Pear, MP for St. Andrew Southeast, Honorable Kate Skeeter Lewis Peters, the MP for St. Andrew Northeast, Miss Lorena Waldron, constituency lead St. Andrew Northwest, Yolan Bain Hosford, constituency lead for St. Andrew Southwest, and Miss Amanda Japal George, the chairperson of the NNP Youth Arm. So that's starting at 6:30 p.m. this Sunday, yeah, at the St. Mary's RC School. All St. Andrew NNPite head out. Yeah? All St. Andrew NNPite. Put on your green on Sunday and head off to the St. Mary's RC School. Contact your constituency leads. By now, you're supposed to know who your constituency leads are. Yeah? So contact your constituency leads, organize yourself, and head on out. All St. Andrew NNPite. And if you're from St. Patrick, you're from St. David, or you're from another part of the island and you want to go, go too. So this zonal meeting is taking place on Sunday, the 13th of October, 6:30 p.m. at the St. Mary's RC School. Yeah, I ain't too sure about the broadcast, and so I better make sure and go. I ain't too sure about the broadcast part of it this time. So all you make sure that all you go on out to that one. All right, nice. Yes, so that is going to be taking place this Sunday. The New National Party continues our series of zonal meetings. All right. And also, don't forget this one. Yeah, the NNP New York chapter. They have this one coming up next week. Yes, so this is the NNP New York chapter. They present Oil Down and Old Talk. And that's taking place next week, Saturday, the 19th of October from 12 p.m. until. It's taking place at 535 East 19th Street between Newkirk and Ditmas and the cost is only $30, and the bar will be solid. So that's Oil Down and Old Talk, the new National Party New York chapter. They'll be having that next week, Saturday, starting from 12 noon until, and it will be at 535 East 19th Street between Ditmas and Newkirk. And also remember, also coming up, the 40th anniversary bingo of the new National Party, the fundraising event, $100,000 in cash and prizes, inclusive of one Suzuki Ignis hybrid car and $50,000 in cash and other prizes. Tickets $60 for one, $100 for two. You can buy them at the location when you get there in Victoria Park, Grenville, on Sunday, the 27th of October from 5 p.m. Free buses available island wide. All right, nice. Yeah, let me get a look at something here while I play this.
We moving on, we striving on, we working on, not another domain. We held hands together through the roughest part, and the strong will stand firm, the weak fall apart. That's how you will know your weak link. Them stumbling blocks standing in your way. Tell Tillman I say, tell Banfield I say, we are the party that come here to stay. We are a party to reign. We moving on, we striving on, we working on.
Yeah, just had to get that AC from off of me, man. Yeah, it was directly on me, and that started to make me sneeze inside. Yes, indeed, folks. The phone lines are open, 440-737-734-732-93-101. If you want to call, the phone lines are open. But we're gonna get into you're gonna get into a slight discussion now. As you may have heard, the Prime Minister of Grenada left the state this week to attend a meeting in Kigali, Rwanda. I think he left probably about Monday or so, on Sunday or Monday. The Prime Minister left the state to attend this meeting in Kigali. Now, after leaving to attend said meeting in Kigali, you realize now that the Prime Minister showed up later in the week in Nigeria instead. So he left to go one place. He ended up in a place hundreds of miles or 1,000 miles, 2,000 miles, a different location. The Prime Minister ended up there. One of the questions being asked is, how did the Prime Minister end up in Nigeria? If you leave and you're going to Rwanda, and the other thing, they sent out a release today. And I can tell you why they sent out the release today. And let's just go over the release that was sent out by the government of Grenada today. And I will tell you exactly why it is today that they sent out that release. They sent out that release today because today is considered to be a dead news day. When you circulate something on a day like today, it's considered to be dead news. Yeah? So it says here, Office of the Prime Minister, this was only 6 hours ago. So they sent this out evening time on a Friday. By that time, all of the media people leave the media houses and gone about their business already. They gone, those who doing newspaper, and them leave their newspapers out. They may have time them gone about the business. Those who work in television news, by the time 2, 3, they put their news together already for the night. Yeah, radio news similarly. So whatever you put out around this time, you could say, hey, we did inform the nation, but the nation will not get the message because the majority of media houses have already closed because they know that what they're putting out now is controversial. They knew since Monday. Since Monday, they knew what was taking place. It took them until Friday to put out a release to say that the Prime Minister ain't go Rwanda again, he reached Nigeria. So the release from the Office of the Prime Minister reads, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell left the state to attend the second edition of the African Continental Free Trade Area, branded Biashara Africa 2024. The event was scheduled to take place from the 9th to the 11th of October 2024 in Kigali, Rwanda, under the theme Dare to Invent the Future of After. Out of an abundance of caution, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell took the decision to cancel his trip to Rwanda due to a travel advisory issued by the Rwandan government in respect to the outbreak of the Marburg virus. As reported by the World Health Organization, WHO, Marburg virus disease, formerly known as Marburg hemorrhagic fever, blah, 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 right? We know, right? That's what it is. The important part here, following the cancellation of his trip to Rwanda, Prime Minister traveled to Nigeria, where he attended several meetings with government officials and local businessmen. These engagements were geared towards deepening relations with Nigeria, as government has recognized the importance of trade and export potential between the two nations. The government of Grenada is taking significant steps to strengthen relations driven by cultural experiences, economic opportunities, and technology, all vital for a sustainable development. You know, there are several things here when it comes to that release, folks. Several things. One, it does not say when the Prime Minister is returning. That's the first thing. So we don't know if the Prime Minister is going to be willy-nilly in Nigeria until next week. We don't know if the Prime Minister is coming back tonight. We don't know if the Prime Minister is coming back next month. The office of the Prime Minister does not seem to think it is important for the people of Grenada, inclusive of the constituents in his constituency of St. David, who may want to meet with their parliamentary representative on an issue. The office of the Prime Minister does not seem to think that it is important that these individuals at least know when he's returning to the island. The bottom line, he was going to Rwanda and he ended up in Nigeria. The other thing here is that the Prime Minister ought to have known, and his entourage, his handlers, ought to have known what was taking place in Rwanda with the Marburg virus. Because the World Health Organization, since the 30th of September, and I can show you that. This is the website of the World Health Organization. And when it comes to Marburg virus, they say since the disease outbreak news of this event was published on the 30th of September. So it is not a new happening. It didn't just happen on Monday. It didn't happen over the weekend. This is something that the Rwandan government, the World Health Organization, and basically the world, if they're interested in knowing, knew was happening in Rwanda. And Marburg virus, yeah, the Marburg virus, again, it's right here. Yeah, it broke out on the 30th of September, right? And Marburg virus is not a virus to be joked with. It has a very, very, very high mortality rate. In most instances, when you check of outbreaks of that, nearly everybody that has it dies. Very rare people survive it. Yeah? It is very, very, very dangerous. So it is not something you want to go around an area that has that and play around. And then you have to go through contact tracing and so on. So you avoid it totally. So since the 30th of September, the Prime Minister of Grenada ought to have known that, hey, you can't go in Rwanda. You should not be boarding a plane. On what date again? Let's just get the exact date that Monday was. On the 7th of October, a full 7 days after, the World Health Organization has already issued a warning that Marburg virus is active in Rwanda. You jump a plane in Grenada, go to the UK to go to Rwanda, knowing that one of the most deadly viruses on the earth is there. You didn't know that you could have canceled the trip from since then instead of leaving to go, but there may have always been an intention to go to Nigeria. There may always have been an intention to do that. But one of the shocking things for me, and it has opened out some questions in my mind, and I'll tell you why it's opened out some questions in my mind. When it comes to Nigeria now, forget Rwanda. We don't know to Rwanda. He ain't go. He should have no better than to leave to try to go to Rwanda. If that was really the intent, he should have no better. Because for a whole week before, they know what was taking place in Rwanda, right? Nice. He might have go there when that genocide, he might have go to. Might have jump a plane, and then when he halfway there, he say, well, I want to land and look, they're killing people there. But anyhow, that's a different case for a different time. The Prime Minister is not traveling alone. He's traveling with a very heavy delegation. Now, apart from his personal assistant, his personal cameraman, so he has a personal assistant, he has a personal cameraman. I'm seeing is Teddy St. Louis, I think is his name, Teddy, yeah? I'm seeing Teddy with him. I don't know what capacity he is traveling with the Prime Minister in. And we are not sure who else is on the delegation that we have not seen outside of 2 family members of the Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister is also traveling with 2 of his family members. And we have to ask the question, because the question needs to be answered. Who is paying for all of these people? Now, I can understand paying for the Prime Minister, that the taxpayers of Grenada pay for the Prime Minister to travel to an event, if that event has the possibility of offering some sort of tangible benefits, technical or otherwise, to the state of Grenada. I can understand that, right? So if you're paying for the Prime Minister and it's the Prime Minister of Grenada, so at least one security has to travel with him when he's going. So one police officer who is going to travel with him. Is the state of Grenada paying for the cameraman? Is the state of Grenada spending that, it has to be somewhere close to about $40,000 at least, for the cameraman to travel? And in what capacity is the cameraman traveling? Is he traveling as the cameraman of the Prime Minister of Grenada? Or is he traveling as the cameraman of Deacon Mitchell? Is he being paid by the state of Grenada, and are his invoices, his per diem, his hotel, etc., being paid for by the Grenadian taxpayer? And if so, what are the benefits that the Grenadian taxpayer supposed to benefit from the cameraman walking behind the Prime Minister and snapping pictures? If the Prime Minister is paying out of his own pocket, that's another story for another discussion. But is the state of Grenada paying for the cameraman that's traveling with the Prime Minister? Is it a necessary expense? Because this is not the year 1982, when hardly anybody, in fact, 1982, people still had camera all over the place. You just didn't have it like mobile phones and so that everybody, something happened, everybody could snap a picture. You had the instant cameras and you had the Polaroid camera, and then when you start to, don't worry, we're coming to back in time just now. We had to flag it and so until the picture shape up and thing, right. So you had those, and you had all those Kodak cameras, and so you bring your stuff by Peters and them to wash and that. But people had cameras, some people, instant cameras, those kind of things, right? It is no longer that time. Now you're going to Rwanda, they have a conference, they have hired professional cameramen to be there to capture the event. And if you're meeting with important people, they will ensure that they have camera people there to capture the event. You do not need to spend, well, at least the price of a ticket between Grenada and the UK alone. I know you're speaking close to $5,000 or $6,000. 5 or 6,000 EC, you're speaking. That's just between Grenada and the UK, if I'm remembering correctly from the last figures I got. And then you're talking about from the UK to Rwanda and now to Nigeria. And then you're speaking about hotel. Then you're speaking about per diem. So is the state of Grenada paying for the vanity of the head of government in Grenada right now? Are we providing any sort of vanity pay to the office of the Prime Minister? Because is it really necessary? Prime Ministers before would travel with their press secretary according to the event that they're going to, and their press secretary would also act as the camera person, because you would get a multi-talented and capable person who at least could take 2 pictures of their Prime Minister when they go out to these events and have a story written and sent back even before the Prime Minister gets back And that's not just for Grenada, check any Caribbean island. But now we've gotten to the stage that we have cameraman traveling with the Prime Minister. Yeah? Also, we realize the Prime Minister traveling now with an executive assistant. Probably know Tillman Thomas had what? He had a chief of staff. This one have executive assistant who is traveling with the Prime Minister everywhere he's going. Is it a necessary expense on behalf of the state of Grenada? They like to talk about who does cost the state of Grenada. Let's have that conversation. Is taking a cameraman and an executive assistant to all of these things costing tens of thousands of dollars, is that a necessary expense? And who is paying for Teddy? Teddy paying for himself? Is he paying for himself? The Prime Minister paying to bring him? Out of your own pocket? Or is the state facilitating that? The family members of the Prime Minister who is traveling. And this is where it becomes ticklish. Is the Prime Minister paying out of his own funds? Is the state of Grenada paying or facilitating? Or is a third party, which is the most dangerous one, is a third party facilitating? Because I dare say that if it is a situation that a third party is facilitating the travel of the family members and the other hangers-on to the entourage of the Prime Minister when he's making these trips, if a third party is paying, I think the Prime Minister needs to ensure that as a lawyer, he reads through the Integrity in Public Life Act and the Anti-Corruption Act, which states that public officers must never put themselves in a position where they owe a favor to another individual due to some act or so that was done for them. So you as Prime Minister cannot be going to visit a country and you're saying, well, okay, I want to bring this one or that one for me, for you go pay for the ticket and so. And because you have then put yourself in a position where you may need to reciprocate at some level to that individual because they may be seeking to do business with the state of Grenada. So I think that they need to have a look at the Integrity in Public Life Act. It's online. They could find it anywhere it is. They could find it off their mobile phone. And the Anti-Corruption Act. Because it is setting a dangerous precedent. And also, if a gift is given for said trip, then it must be reported to the Integrity Commission that this billion-dollar businessman, and I'm just using an example here, that this multi-billion-dollar earning Nigerian businessman said to me, don't worry, I'm going to pay for the tickets. Don't worry, I'm going to pay for the hotel all you come. It's a businessman. So there may be a benefit that he could gain off of the state of Grenada. Because I've seen videos of the people in Nigeria where they're saying that's how they're interested in buying Grenada oil and gas. Well, yeah, they actually said that. They're interested in purchasing the oil and gas out of Grenada and so. And also that they're willing to sell. So they want to buy it for the refinery because the Dagote oil refinery is the only privately owned oil refinery in Nigeria. And they're saying that they are willing to sell to Grenada and the Caribbean region and so on. But they're also willing to buy what we have to refine. So if that discussion is taking place there, I think another discussion needs to take place here when the Prime Minister returns in relation to what oil and gas, isn't it? Because they say that how people lie and all kind of things. So that further discussion needs to take place. Because I was listening very carefully when the people at the oil refinery were speaking. And that is one of the statements that they were making. So we need to find out. The Integrity in Public Life Act is very clear. The Anti-Corruption Act, it's also very clear. You cannot place yourself in a position. You cannot place yourself in a position where you may have to return a favor, reciprocate in some form or fashion. Yeah? So you need to ensure, when you are the Prime Minister of Grenada, that you never place yourself in that position. And I'm asking here, has the present Prime Minister placed himself in that position? No. And to clarify that, he should come to the Grenadian people, or at least to the Integrity Commission, if indeed a favor has been received, and clearly state so. He should also state what is the necessity of having to travel with an executive assistant when he's going overseas and a cameraman. What is the necessity of that? Is that so necessary? And you know what's even stranger? Remember, I've always said I have a problem with the Prime Minister being a CBI agent. And I will continue to have that problem. The Prime Minister, who is the person who is signing off on these things finally, should not be a CBI agent. His company should be struck from the list. I don't believe in just him divesting himself of any shares or so in the company. No. Because even if he divests himself of the shares, if he puts his shares into a trust, a blind trust, he is still the person who's making the money at the end of the day. Because all of the shares are still his, and as soon as he demits office as Prime Minister, he just go and he collect his thing. And then, just last week in the government gazette, we saw this. That a new company in the same Lagos, for some reason Lagos, well, yeah, they love down there. In the same Lagos, that a new company, Optiva Capital Partners Limited, that they have been authorized to be a CBI agent. Prime Minister is a CBI agent. These are marketing agents now put in place in same Nigeria, in Laos, the same place the Prime Minister has found himself when he was heading to Rwanda and end up in Nigeria. I know the compass. Yeah. But they have been granted the license. This is out of the government gazette of last week. So they have been granted a license as a marketing agent on behalf of the state of Grenada. And you know what's kind of funny with that as well? What makes that kind of it makes it kind of thing when you look at this. And let me just pull this up here. Where is it? Where did I put those? Yeah, let me see if I can find it here. Yeah, so I'll just pull this picture up for a while. Now, we know the Prime Minister and the Nigerian gentleman, Teddy. But this lady is on the CBI committee here in Grenada. She's also the executive assistant to the Prime Minister. And she is a member of the CBI committee. She is the newest member of the CBI committee. And as soon as you have a marketing agent, I don't know if a CBI member of the CBI committee should have any direct interaction with members who are the marketing agents or the other agents or so. I don't believe that they should have any sort of interaction. I have to double check the law and see what it says about interactions between the board members and the members of the CBI committee and the agents and marketing agents and so. But she, remember the Prime Minister already owns a CBI company. And now you have her, her boss is the Prime Minister. Yeah? So her boss is the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister is a CBI agent and she on the committee to approve the applications that are sent through. Which may include from the Prime Minister's, you think she go see something come from Mitchell and Company and she go say no, that one can't go through. She pushing it through. And if anybody say anything else, she's the one that go in and say, hey, that one is the one that think get you off the committee. That one was fighting up against your thing. So, folks, we have to be very careful with what is taking place here. We have to be very, very careful with what is taking place.
We are a party to reign. We're moving on. We are a party to reign. We're moving on.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, so that's what's taking place there. So, 1 week after a new CBI company has been incorporated in Lagos, Nigeria, the Prime Minister finds himself there. So he's a local agent here in Grenada, a new marketing agent in Lagos, Nigeria. He finds himself in Lagos, Nigeria, together with the newest member of the CBI committee with him. And Ollie finds something suspicious with that. Ollie finds something suspicious with that. That is all well and okay. Nothing wrong with that, alright? Okay. We go hear about it in the future. We go hear about it in the future. Yeah, he was visiting the various facilities out there. I wonder if we've got any video of that. Yeah, he was visiting the different facilities out there and so on. Let's see. Going through the oil facilities and so. Yeah. So they were out there visiting different. This is footage that's coming from a Nigerian channel TV or some channels TV, I think they call it. Yeah, out there in Nigeria. Nice. Yeah, see, yeah, look at cameraman running there too. Yeah, you understand? Yeah, so I want to know, I would really like to know, why is it that the Prime Minister to travel with these? Why is it necessary for the Prime Minister to travel with these heavy delegations? Really and truly, yeah? Folks, you can give me a call, 440-737-734-732. Now, let me take a few of your calls before I start the second part of our program.
Much to say, you really live within my house.
440-737-734-732-93-101.
Tell them we voting for the NNP now. We voting for the NNP, yes. We voting for the NNP now. We voting for the NNP, yes. No other.
And we have a call online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hi, good night. How are you doing?
Good, my brother. How are you?
Hey, I'm quite fine. For some reason, I'm not hearing you clearly. Let me see if I could fix that. Just 1 second. Yeah, let me see. Hello?
Yeah.
I hear you a little better.
Regularly, but I haven't called for a while.
Yeah.
And three things with the CBI program. One, it is so glaring that you set up your business and then all of a sudden you're going to Rwanda. Rwanda, is it?
Well, he was on his way to Rwanda and he ended up in Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's one. Secondly, not taking apart from all the transactions that with your trust company or your business, that the gains that will come to it. The second part of that is that it's a bigger picture, and you all, my brother, should really keep stock of that, because it was done by politicians after the Federation in 1958, and by bringing in these foreigners and bringing them to vote is the bigger problem, because when you issue these foreign persons, you give them a Grenadian passport, they come to vote, they will always be loyal to that party who would have granted them that facility. And that will be a monster that will be inbreeding right there. Thirdly, and I have noticed over the Caribbean, that politicians, and this is a problem we are having right through the Caribbean now. Politicians are politicizing all our police service. They put who they feel or they deem fit and they circumnavigate the system to put whom they prefer whilst in office, so that they become, those police become their guard. So that while in office and while everything is going on, they have that protection enough. Even wrongdoing, they won't come against them. And that is a real threat we have in the Caribbean. A really, really real threat in the Caribbean. It's going on all over. If you take a look, take a deep look, because I've been listening for quite a while about your public service. I don't know, remember, I really take up your listening to your program probably a year and a half ago, right? And I don't know how your public service runs. I don't know the count, that kind of thing. But I'll do the research, I'll get it. But if the public service, you do not appoint the establishment that you have and you keep people on contract or temporary, it means that you are dwindling the state. The public service is the state, and the government of the day, the state carries out the policies of the government. So if I am part of the state and the government, for here or me, or some reason or the other, do not want to appoint me because of the pension problem that you all have there, and because the limited resources, as you say, I am at the women fancies of your operation. You could come Monday morning, take a cabinet note, and see what we're doing in the size of the public service or whatever, for the want of the inability to pay the pension. Those are my few little points. But the greatest one that I want you to take into consideration is that the problem where those passport holders and those new citizens will come and vote for whoever party that grants them that facility. That's my point, brother. But everything is good otherwise, right?
Yes, indeed. All right. Yeah, but
right,
everything
good.
else is okay.
Thanks. All right. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Yeah, the thing is, and I just didn't want to disturb the caller, when it comes to our laws and our electoral laws, there are qualifications for registration of voters. Those qualifications include that the individual must be they must be resident in an area for at least 12 months prior to being registered as a voter in an elector in that constituency. That's the first thing. So the people who are on CBI would have to come to Grenada and live. We have a caller online. Hello, good evening.
Must be resident.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, good evening. You're live.
Hey, Sheldon, what's up?
Hey, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I'm calling you from Canada.
Hey, Canada. How are you all going up there?
It's kind of getting cold, man.
Yeah, well, it's Canada, you know, so all you have nothing else to get any more cold weather.
Yeah. Are you listening to what is going on home? These ministers and them in cabinet, these people, I do not know if they went to school in August, because they really cannot go abroad and represent Grenada. They cannot speak properly. It seems as though they haven't got any good education. It's embarrassing listening to them. I was listening to Jenny yesterday, and it's really, really sad with this minister. You know, they're saying, oh, they want to imitate Bishop, even with the Prime Minister. Bishop was a brilliant man. Bishop could have speak. Bishop and Eric Williams was the two best leaders they have in the Caribbean. These guys, they need to go back to school. They do not have any manners. And you know, it's really, really putting Grenada, they're pushing the country backwards. And it's sad. I'm just hoping that things going to get back to normal soon. Mm-hmm. I am listening to the meetings that the doctor, that Kit Mitchell and his group is having, and I'm really enjoying the meetings. We need to pray, and we need, because Grenada need deliverance. And if they continue with this passport, selling passports, one day we're going to wake up and we're going to be strangers in our own land. Have a good night, children.
All right.
Take care. I'm from
you.
Birch Grove.
All right, Birch Grove.
All right. Okay, bye-bye.
Mr. Perryman and them up there may be listening to, man. Yes, and folks, when it comes to the thing is this, the CBI program is not a bad program. Let me repeat. The CBI program is not a bad program. But when you utilize it in the wrong way, it can become a bad program. Yeah? Because if what you are doing, you don't have a measure. You don't say, well, okay, we are going to allow 500 a year, or we're going to allow 200 a year. But instead, you're trying to see if you could get 10,000. You're trying to see if you could get 8,000. As much as possible, you're just grabbing, just putting them in. Because remember, even if it's 3,000 or 4,000 of these people who are registered as voters that have gained citizenship through investment, I know there are some territories where if you gain citizenship through investment, you are not allowed to vote. I believe there are some areas where that is the case. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Mr. Sheldon.
Hey, good night.
Mr. Perryman here.
Yeah, Mr. Perryman.
I just hear you say.
Yeah, Mr. Perryman. Yeah, I know you're there listening, man.
yeah. So I just called to let you know that I wrong.
Okay, sir. Thank you so very much.
Oh, all the best. Yeah.
All right, thank you. I know Mr. Perryman, they're listening. I know you they're listening. Yeah, so again, CBI is not a bad program. It is how you utilize it. If you're going to use it for voter padding and that sort of thing, then we must have a problem. And also, if people are coming to your country, they're coming through a CBI program, they want to be in your country and so on, they should not be coming here to try and impose their culture and their way of life on the Grenadian people. They must be coming here to accept our culture and our way of life, and if anything, help improve it, not change it. Yeah? That is what you should be focused on. So you don't want a situation where you're trying to, bit by bit, you end up with a situation where it have more people under these programs registered as Grenadians than it have as born or Grenadians by descent, like myself. You don't want a situation like that to end up happening. So you have to be careful. There has to be some measure to what you're doing, not just because you're greedy and you want money and because you are a CBI agent that you're rushing out there and see how much you could get. It can't be a situation like that. You have to be careful with what you're doing and how you're doing it. We have a call online. Hello, good night.
I don't remember how we have a call online. You on the line? Or I on the line?
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing just some cool.
Hello?
I live in one junction to go and get some cool.
Oh, okay.
We just just now, when you got the half of day, you should have not this up already. I'm going to get some cool.
Wait, for some reason I'm hearing you weird tonight, man. I'm not hearing you clear.
That's not the network system is acting.
Yeah, and that's not the usual.
I think you know you can.
Okay, no problem. Okay, brother. Yeah, that's not the usual thing with Wade. Usually I just hear Wade clear, man. And I know you're hearing him properly there. Yeah, but for some reason, I don't know. Since Hurricane Beryl, I've realized that calls and so on are giving a lot of problems. Yeah, so I've recognized that as well. 440-737-73293-3101. I believe we have a caller. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Senator Scott.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
I did.
Yeah, man.
I'm just sitting back and just listening to all the comments. Yeah, but something, Senator Scott, you know, I hear NNP start talking about even Angie program and thing about the mistake NNP made and going forward and things. That's why I see NNP have to take it to the people. Not sometime, but all the time. And you know me been pushing that for years.
Mm-hmm.
It's the right thing to do. We made a mistake during the election, when we coming up post-election, that we was not given the message. Everybody sit back and let Dr. Mitchell alone talk. You understand? But he could have only done so much. And now we learn our mistake. You must go to the people. You can't just lay back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The same thing I talked to you and Ian about years gone by when I used to say, Sheldon, when we going to talk about leadership? And you used to tell me, man, we are leaders, man. I say, Sheldon, not so, boy. You have to have somebody in mind. Right at the minute you use the Prime Minister, you must have your man, your second man, the Chinese man who doing the karate. When he dying, he called Sheldon. Sheldon is the man, you know. And that is the way we have to do it. We can't wait to the last minute and do everything. You understand? Well, we are on the right track right now. You understand? We are on the right track. What he's saying is not wrong. You know, we have to be the belly of the NNP. Because, Sheldon, we have to be careful. You see? We have to be careful how we doing this thing. We have to be right. You can't guess.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have others on the other side who would like to come over. But only if a certain person is become the leader.
Mm-hmm.
And that is scary, Sheldon. You know when your body talk, we're telling you, that is scary. Because they eat a food already, and if you walk out on the other side, they come in and eat another food. So they could never lose.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't there in that stupidness.
Well, let me say this, eh? The New National Party does not have a leadership problem. And let me repeat that. And I'll clarify what I'm saying, eh? There's this narrative that certain individuals are pushing out there that there's a leadership problem in the New National. There isn't, eh? The simple thing is, and Dr. Mitchell has never said that this person A or person B should not go after leadership of the party. The problem has been the way that you do, not what you want, but the way that you're doing it. That's the simple. That's the simple thing. Yeah.
And that was my point for the last 2 years. How you do it.
Mm-hmm.
How you do it. Well, you know how I stand and know how you do it. That was my point.
Mm-hmm.
When I see certain people jump into the front and start calling who this and that, I say, it's not right. I say, it's not right. I say, my baby get itself in problem already before, and all you gone back on the same thing. That's the word I use to them, you know, Sheldon.
Mm-hmm.
When we go back to the same stupidness again. If it's for that individual, let it be. But all you don't go around, you know what I mean? You know, all your house thing and trying to look for this kind of thing there, it go backfire. Mm-hmm. Because it backfires already, Sheldon, during Tillman time. A lot of people didn't know Tillman Thomas won the election. He still had to hide. They had to hide him. A lot of people didn't know that until Jenny come and disclose that, you know, Sheldon.
Well, I'm learning things now.
Yes. A lot of people didn't know a lot of things they didn't know. When Tillman won the election, they had to pass Tillman another wrong, another side. What Jenny saying there, they had to put him on a chalk and put another beam. You understand? What she saying, she's speaking the truth. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of problems. You understand what I mean? But my friend was not a leader. The outside men around the circle was pushing my friend to be a leader. But I could tell you, my friend is a strong pillar for any government. But my friend is not a leader. He has too much friends, Sheldon. And you go, all of you that your body say that.
Not the first
Too much
time.
friends.
Not the first time.
I'm telling you.
Yes,
I
indeed.
always tell to that. And I tell people who I say I close to that individual, but he have too much friends, and they go use him like Morris, and they go bury him. Because Sheldon, one thing I have to tell you, nice people finish last. Nice people finish last. You understand? And I hope you listen to what I'm saying and you know who's speaking. I said, you stay nice. Help Grenada as much as you want, but don't let it push you to the front line. Because that's what they've been doing for years now. Push him. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You push him, he back away. Come, he's still long in the NMP. They're going back again. Pushing him. Or they want to kill him. Or they want to kill him. Leave him alone. So what Dr. Mitchell is saying, he's not lying.
No.
He's speaking the truth.
And as a leader, he is doing the responsible thing, and I think people need to understand that and stop listening to these talking heads out there with their own personal agendas. And their agenda is not necessarily the agenda of the new National Party.
No.
And they are pushing their own agenda. Dr. Mitchell is doing what a political leader is supposed to do.
You understand me?
If you're doing
because
something,
once they push my friend on that side, and he get you, they're coming over. So I mean, they still will be running things. I'm saying it tonight because I can't check it no more. I know all the setup, Sheldon. I know all the setup.
Well, I know you're from it, so I know you know what's going on.
Okay.
But yeah, all of that aside, time for you to come home for me and you to go and drink a coconut water.
The tension was just too hot.
Yeah.
And I was begging.
No, that's no problem, brother.
I know. Well, me and you know we go.
Yeah, that's not a problem. But I said time for you to come home for me and you to drink a coconut water too.
I know, but the tension down there is just too hot, Sheldon. I spoke the week before the election, Sheldon. I spoke to two young ladies who work in the ministry, and I explained to them why certain things cannot happen. One of them, I can't get she air, but the next one was very tough. I said, Madam, when I come back to Grenada, I want to sit down with you again, and you're going to tell me what I say, and if it's true or false. Right? I sat down in the malls, down in Grenada, down there. I meet some of them hierarchies. I sit down between them hierarchies, I won't call names. And I explaining to them. But they're so caught up on revolutionary things.
We have to remember.
Not speaking the truth.
We have to remember it's 2024 and not 1904 and 1964, and so it's 2024.
I said, you comrade, all you doesn't understand this thing. I thought we'd have understand this thing by now. All you want to go on the same road.
Bro,
the same road would never work.
Bro, I want to go and start to the second part of the program tonight because you know tonight's program was supposed to be going back in time too, so I want to go back in time a little bit.
So go back in time.
But we will continue having this conversation, because some people feel that we running from it, and I want to let them know that we're not running from it. Yeah,
we're not running from nothing. You understand what I mean?
Yes,
we're
indeed.
Not running from nothing. All what I tell them, listen to what Dr. Mitchell is saying.
Yes, that's what they have to do.
Way, but still listen to what he's saying. You understand? Anyhow, Sheldon, we go talk.
All right, brother. You have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yes, indeed, folks. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to ease on the phone calls for a little while. I wonder if I should take the last. Okay, let me take the last one before I go. Just as the person called. Yeah, hello, good night. Hello? Oh boy, they got through and they dropped off. Hello? Yeah, they dropped off. Yeah, I wanted to go back, as I said. Tonight, I wanted to go back a bit because I recognize that there's an attempt to say certain things that the New National Party never did anything. And remember, I promised you all that when it comes to the Friday night program, and we are just letting you all know we're going to be going up until about 10:15. Yeah, become a transporter early coming for me until that time too. So we're going to go up until 10:15. Let me just take the call. Hello? But that's the second time they got through and they just dropped off. So yeah, we ain't going for a third. Right? Yeah, we're going for it. Nice. So there's this attitude they tried to give that the NNP never did anything. Now, this was the year after Ivan. Yeah, let me just show you some of what was taking place the year after Ivan. Yeah, nice. Yeah, these are some of the houses in the St. David area. Some of the houses that were reconstructed for people after Hurricane Ivan. This would be back in the year 2005. Yeah, this was with no CRIF money, and we didn't have a full treasury. Yeah, because you came off the financial crisis of 2001 after the September 11th attacks and all of that, and with the war that came after that, right? So this was in 2005, and these were some of the houses that were being constructed by the New National Party administration at that point in time. And again, you didn't have CRIF money and all this kind of thing, but people needed housing. Because I hear them saying that, NNP didn't do no house and it had no houses being built for people and so on, and NNP only talking but they never build house for people, and we building house, and NNP never did build no house and all. Okay, so we didn't build no house. All right, okay, all right, nice. Let me see if I could find, that is one. Let me see if I could find our next one here. Yeah, I could find some more, yeah, I could find some more. Yeah, I could find some more, man. Let me see if I could find it there. Nice. Wait. Let me see if I could get out there. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I could find some more. Because you see, they try to give the impression that the New National Party did not do anything for anybody after the hurricane. The thing is, continue to say you all have the money, you all get money because the NNP put in place what they have to put in place. You all were able to receive money in a short space of time. If NNP had that kind of money in the short space of time, the amount of things that it would have been able to do. Yeah, this elderly lady, she got her house. Yeah, I wonder if we could hear a little bit what was, I wonder if it's, where is it? Where's the audio? Yeah, can't find the audio here. Yeah, this elderly lady was one of the beneficiaries of a house in the St. David area. Yes, and you could see, you could see the happiness because her house was destroyed during Hurricane Ivan. So she was one of the recipients of the houses and so in the St. David area, and there were several others, wasn't her alone. I wonder if we could hear, let me hear you there. Let me hear it.
Celebrate your century and make you live for a lot longer.
Tanti Vida?
Yes, longer again. So God bless you and take good care of you. We leave you in His hands. These are your kids. The house is your house. Yes, this is your house. And these are,
yeah, and we ain't, like the minister, we went to her and she had to pay for it, eh? Yeah, because you wouldn't watch a lady like this and tell her that she had to pay for it. Like the present minister of finance saying you have to pay for it. This is 2005. Right after Ivan. Yeah? Nice, right.
Yes, somebody say your daughter will stay. Your daughter will stay with you. Yes.
Yes, indeed. So we have her and there are several others. Let me see if I can find some of the others here. Yeah, some of the other houses that were built. Again, I'm trying to find a few of them. Yeah. And again, that's where you give persons the start, you put them back in a house and they can develop it on their own afterwards. They had the concrete pillars. If they want to go up with the concrete, tie the ends together and go up with the concrete, they could do that. But the bottom line is they're not in a tent outside, or they're not begging a lodging by somebody. At least they have their houses, yeah? And again, this was without the New National Party having any criff money and all this kind of money. And we see the former MP there, former Minister of Housing, Yolan Bain Hosford. And if you know St. David's people, you could make out all the other people who in there as well, huh? Yeah. Yeah, so this was the situation, and then you were getting people out of these situations and getting them into the houses. That's what you were trying to do. Get them out of situations like this with the tarpaulin on and get them into some houses so at least they had a place to stay, because they keep saying, oh, NNP didn't do nothing, and NNP didn't do no house for people, and NNP didn't put people in no house and all kind of thing. Yeah, we hear all you. We hear all you. We always have we stuff for what we do, you know. Yeah, we have stuff for what we do. Yes, we have our stuff for what we have done. Yeah, nice. Yeah. So these are just some. Let me just go past this part. Yeah, right. Yeah. So these are just some of the houses that were built after Hurricane Ivan. These are just some, and we're just looking at one particular area here in St. David. Huh? This is just in St. David itself. So this isn't all over the island and so on. Believe me, I could show all you all over the island. But this is just in St. David. As we know, Hurricane Ivan impacted St. David in a very, very, very significant way. It was one of the worst hit areas during Hurricane Ivan was the St. David area. Yeah? So St. David was one of the areas that were hit heavy by Hurricane Ivan. And we see some of the recipients there receiving their homes back in 2005, yeah? Yeah. Let me hear.
I would have prevented from being dying. All the best.
Miss Jenny George, Minister will now hand over the keys to Miss Jenny George.
Yes. And Miss George, I'm very happy to hand over this keys to you. I know you had a rough time, but I could see the smile on your face. I could see how happy you feel this morning.
And again, government ain't come in and tell them all you have to pay. They get a house what? Free. Nice.
To have your brand new home so your children and yourself and your husband can have a good night rest. So again, we are honored and it's a privilege.
Thank you. And I say thanks for helping me and my kids. And also my husband is gone, but now I have the Lord Jesus with me. I thank you, and I thank everybody for helping me in a special way.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We'll now do the official signing of the house covenant. Once you sign, the house becomes yours forever. So will you now sign on behalf of the government?
I noticed I've seen the list.
And you see, they didn't tell her she had to pay. Nice? Right. Yeah, they didn't tell the lady she had to pay and weigh your money and come up with your money or you ain't getting a house and that kind of thing. You understand? And it's just a few. These are just a few of what was done in St. David. Not everybody got. But don't try to give the impression that nobody get and that all you give in house and all sorts of things. Don't try to give that impression. We go embarrass and shame all you. Yeah? Trying to give the impression that nobody got and all kind of things. And again, this was without the government of Grenada at that point in time having any money on that criff and all these kind of things. This was without all of that. Yeah? Look, the hillside don't even catch back good in the back there yet. It just, you could tell it's mostly vine and thing there. It didn't even catch back properly. But at least the people were getting back houses. Yeah? The people were getting back their houses and so. You know, so that's just some that I wanted to show you all in relation to. There's a lot more. I'll be showing a lot more in relation to housing over the weeks and so on. Different areas, housing, agriculture, different things like that. I wonder my partner here speaking about, man. This was a good... Carriacou people, let me show you somebody there.
They've done Gabion baskets, and that we will continue and will eventually complete all the seawall in that area. And we have already have contracts to do Patterson Street. We have done and continue to do Self-Help Road in Brunswick, in Manjalo, and yesterday we started Muddy Street in Leicester. As one lady said to me that she has lived all her life, and this is the first time that she has seen a piece of concrete road starting Muddy Street. My dear people, on Thursday, I had committed $15,000 to start some self-help road in Carriacou. And ladies and gentlemen, we have done many roads. The back road in Harvey Vale, we have graded, we have drained, and ladies and gentlemen, we plan to do many other roads. My dear people, this is just a little. We recognize and we know that we have much more to do. But it was this government.
You know, folks, I'm still trying to remember exactly what year this one was because my tape was unlabeled. And I know it was prior to an election. I believe it may have been prior to the 2003 election. There's a possibility that it is prior to the 2003 election. And he was giving a rundown of all that he was able to achieve leading up to that election. And I like, God bless your soul, brother. You real work.
If you can well remember, that realized that the people from Carriacou and Piedmont had been suffering for years for lack of water. That we cannot think about developing our country, of bringing any serious tourist development here, of increasing our industrial base and creating employment, except we have adequate water supply. And this government move on steadily and speedily to bring 2 desalination plants, one for Piedmont and one for Carriacou. And I am pleased to inform you, my dear people, that sometime next week the desalination plant in Piedmont would be in full operation. But let me say to you, my dear people, there are those enemies of progress. There are those who try to instill fear in the minds of people. There are those who say that the desalination plant in Piedmont would only bring poison to the people of Piedmont. There are those who stood in the way of Nawasa, who a few weeks ago began to install pipes to bring water to the people of Piedmont. That the people of Piedmont called the Ministry of Carriacou and Piedmont Affairs to complain that there were no water, they were thirsty, and they were looking for some water. And we decided that we would send up water with the boat. But then I decided to talk to the people in Nawasa, and they agreed to go up and lay the pipes and to pump water. And do you know that there was a leader, someone who said that he is a community leader, who stood in the way of the people and tried to prevent them from pumping water in the system? This is a person that say that he wants to lead you.
Yes, indeed. My good brother, Elvin G. Nimrod. Rest in peace, brother. Yes, and I wanna have an election campaign here. Let me go back to an election campaign. Yeah. 99? Yeah, let's go to 99. I wonder if we are 99 there. Yeah. Yeah, 99.
Majesty, coming to address you.
So this definitely be the 1999 campaign. This was a meeting, I believe, in Grenville.
Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, brothers and sisters of Grenada, the writing is on the wall for the NDC. The writing is on the wall. The writing is on the wall for the counterfeit GULP. The writing is on the wall for the UL, brothers and sisters. And come January 18, 1999, government. We're going to teach them a lesson once and for all, brothers and sisters. Now, this morning,
Yeah, we know many of you wasn't even alive when some of these things was taking place.
the people had in St. Mark's, they said that all people leaving NNP and going over to NDC because the opposition there, my opposition, my unworthy opponent is the NDC candidate. So he say all my people leaving me and go over to NDC. But brothers and sisters, today we had more need for transport than we have ever had need before.
Yes, indeed. Just a taste of one of the rallies back there in 1999. Yes, 1999, that was a hell of a campaign. Yeah, let me see if I could speed through a little bit there. Right, nice, yeah. You understand? Yeah, some of them I just have to kind of go through quickly. Nice. Who's that young fella talking there? Who's that?
The new National Party government is looking for the financing to ensure that we can put things into effect. Implementation, ladies and gentlemen. And as I stand here, the Dutch government has already given us 1 million Dutch guilder as a grant to continue with the roads safety and the road marking project, which include the traffic light system. They have already given us $1 million grant. So we are assured that when the report reaches them, that we will again get a commitment from them.
And you did get the traffic lights, you did get the roads marked and everything. So it was done, yeah? Yes, you just talk thing, you make sure and get things done, Yeah, oh dear, what is this? Come off my glasses, man. Yeah, what's the matter with you? Right, and let me see if I can get a next one here for you all. Let me see, what's this one? Yeah, where is it? Come on here. Yeah, anybody could find Mr. Nimrod Olivier? I want to show Mr. Nimrod Olivier something. I'm going to play something with Mr. Nimrod Olivier. And folks, this dates back to the year 2003. I could give you the exact date of this one. So this dates back to the year 2003. Mr. Nimrod Olivier, somebody find Nimrod for me and tell Nimrod if he could identify this.
So when they were operating at night, people will be able to see them. So really unfortunate conditions. So let's hope.
Alright. Well said, Mr. Clarkson. Morning to everyone. My name is Nimrod Olivier, and like Mr. Clarkson said, I was born in Grenada, migrated to the U.S. in 1989, joined NYPD in 1997, and I'm still with them. My partner here is Mr. Francois. He was born in Haiti. He also works in NYPD. He's been in NYPD for like 10, 11 years now. And we just wanted to, we were coming down. We actually did a show in the park. I got him into the promotion business in Grenada. I brought him here for Carnival, and he loved it. And he's looking for some land now. I don't know if anybody got land. So he got 10 years to retire in NYPD, but he doesn't want to go back to Haiti. He wants to come to Grenada now. So we decided to bring a few.
And folks, just remember, this is 2003, yeah? We are in 2024 now.
Things for the police department. We got some vests here. Everybody should know what it's at. They make us wait in New York, so I feel we should wait down here so that we can be visible. These are my police. The same thing.
And folks, we're sorry about the audio distortion in the back. It is not due to our fault or anything. It was on the original recording.
We got some wisdom. So officially and unofficially, on behalf of NYPD, we just wanted to present that to the commissioner. Also got a hat for the dog. And well, that's like the fifth one anyway. So that's it. So just I just want to say keep up the good work. I'm pretty proud of the police department and what they do. And
so I just letting all you know that my good friend Nimrod Olivier ain't just arrived in this thing. He around a long time. My guy around a long time. Wait, watch mommy milk on your face still there.
Alright. One more thing. For some reason, I guess he didn't like Jimmy Cliff. He was supposed to be there to give Jimmy Cliff the but we were supposed to surprise him with one. But Sabine was supposed to do it, but unofficially.
And in fact, that is also Mount Royal before it was destroyed by Hurricane Ivan. Huh? So that would be in the veranda of Mount Royal before it was destroyed by Hurricane Ivan. The same place the present Prime Minister say he ain't living up there. He refused to live up there. And we have the late Commissioner of Police, Mr. Fitzroy Bido.
Friends of Mr. Nimrod and his partner, media personnel. This morning I must say that I'm enthused with what I have seen here. It's a clear manifestation of a Grenadian.
Yes, indeed. And something is happening in the background here. Let me just make sure. Yeah, what is happening with this? No. You've got to stop that there. Yeah, folks, no, I'm not taking the calls yet. I will take the calls in that time in. No worry, I will take the calls in that time in. Yeah, I'll take the calls in that time in. I can't take the calls right now. Right? I cannot take the calls right now. I'm going to take the calls in that time in. Nice, because I'm trying to get some stuff here. Since I show one of my former candidates there, I wonder if I should show our next one, boy. Yeah, let me show somebody here. Let's tell me who is this person if I could make out this person for me. All right, this is at a youth activity because you know how youth activities now. This is at a youth activity. Tell me if I make out this person.
Coming out to do first. Later on, we have the quiz. We have a quiz based on the history of Grenada. We also have some prizes.
We had activities that we called Youth Pulse. And at our Youth Pulse activities, we'd have young people from all different parts of the island. We'd come together and engage them in positive activities. Yeah, cultural, and they'd play different games and so on. We had cultural activities, and you also got information to give them a lot of positive information in relation to different things. So, you all tell me if I make out who this girl is there.
Honorable judges, most accurate timekeeper, my colleagues, my worthy opponents, parliamentary representative for this area, Honorable Roland Bowler, Senator Emlyn Pear, other invited guests, good afternoon. I stand here today to prove to you beyond the shadow of any doubt that parents should not, and I repeat, should not be held equally responsible for the crimes committed by their children, and therefore should not be made to bear the same punishment handed down by the juvenile court in Grenada established for that purpose.
So this is Skeeter ain't just reaching this thing, you know. She not long. That was a debate that we had many years ago.
Refers to
should be roughly about the year 2006 or 2007.
18.
So in case all you didn't realize, that is the Honorable Kate Skeeter Lois Peters.
To distinguish right from wrong. Therefore, when a child does wrong, he or she should take responsibilities for their actions. The United Nations Children Emergency Fund emphasizes the rights of the child. Mr. Chairman, with rights, there comes responsibilities. How would a child be able to take responsibility for his
Girl was practicing for Parliament a long time, man.
the crime and the of the time? Studies have shown that punishing parents have not proved to be effective. Parents need support and assistance rather than punishment in dealing with the children's
And folks, I want to use this as an opportunity to say something here. Now, over the years, through the Ministry of Youth, I've interacted with basically thousands of young people all over Grenada over the years. And in those interactions, meeting with many of these young people from time to time, what it has in effect done is that many of these young people have gone on to achieve very significant things. Yeah? So there were some who might have been going the wrong direction. You were able to direct them the correct direction. and get them on the proper path. And there were many others that you may have seen, and now you see them in various positions and so on. You know, they started that through activities like the Youth Pulse. There were many artists I know used to come out to the Youth Pulse and I see them on Soca Monarch stage and all kind of things right now. And you know, there are many other artists that got the opportunity through different initiatives of the Ministry of Youth. Many other young business people that got their first foot in the door through the Ministry of Youth. And with all of that, you have to ask yourself, what is taking place now? Because when you look now and you're trying to figure out, but what's going on here now? Yeah? You're asking yourself now, what is going on here now? Yeah? I don't know if I have another piece here. Let me see. I think I have another piece of guitar here.
Mr. Chairman, it seems that my opponents are still living in the past. We are living in a world of technology. How can my opponents solely punish parents? What about the other agents of socialization? If parents were to stay in the vicinity of their children 24/7, how would the other needs be met? My opponent said, train up the child.
So you see, she ain't just reaching the thing, she did long. And there are other footage that eventually I will show with her painting Bridge in Paradise and all different things involved in many, many activities over the years, youth-oriented. Yeah, somebody tell me I must archive those things. That's what I'm doing right now. Yeah, bit by bit, I'm archiving all those things. Yeah, and these are just some of the other activities we used to have at those youth-oriented every Saturday. Yeah, it was every Saturday. And one of the things we made sure that we had was positive music and so on. So we ensured that these young people would be positively engaged. And it did have an effect. Very rare I see any young person who was involved in things like Youth Pulse and so involved in some sort of negative thing. I see them now. They're now middle-aged, most of them. They're in the middle age now and they have their children or they're holding down their job and so on. So you're seeing all of them and you always say, well, look, I remember this one when they were doing that. I remember that one when they were doing the other and so on. So going back again, I think you all need to, let me remind some people that when it came to Tongue, when it came to Tongue, this is what Tongue was looking like at a point in time. That is the area that is now the Bruce Street Mall, Esplanade project there. Yeah, this is when that project was actually taking place. But people who say that NNP never do anything. Yeah? For people who say NNP never do anything. This is where the Esplanade Mall is at this point in time. When it was being constructed. Yeah, they were putting down these piles and then they would build up to a area and they put down piles again and they build up to you see here, that the piles and them they were putting down. We had no cruise ship terminal. Again, we had no cruise ship terminal. There was no cruise ship terminal. It is the new National Party that put in the cruise ship terminal. In fact, in a short while, I'll show you what used to happen when a cruise ship come. In a little while, I will pull up something and show you all what used to happen when a cruise ship come. So you can tell that's the hospital steps, as we just call it. We had to go up the hospital steps and so. And this is when that area was being reclaimed. Yeah, that is when that area was being reclaimed. And then, and I think I should have some other footage here. Yeah, let me see if I could find this here for you. Nice, yeah. And this should be the old fish market right? The building is still there on the other side of the road, but the old fish market, right? And this was just when the construction was being started on the new fish market. Yeah? This was around the same time that the construction was being started on the new fish market. And I'm trying to, let me see if I can just go through a little bit here. Right here. Yeah, I just have to be skipping through, folks. Right. Had some nice fish there, girl. Yeah. Now, folks, this is a cruise ship out there. That's where you start to stay. The cruise ships, let me see if I can bring it forward just one. Right, yeah. The cruise ships had to stay out there. There was nowhere outside of them being able to berth sometimes at the on the port itself. If there wasn't a cement boat or something there, they would have to stay out in the water all the way out there, and then you had the tenders that used to go out and collect the people on the boat and bring them across. So it wasn't no you park up and the boat come and park up like you're parking up now and people walk out into a mall that provide employment for all these people. Sister Kate, you go wrong not to be watching tonight. Yeah, folks. So this was the situation. The cruise ships, you start to stay out in the water there. They couldn't come in. And this is what you start to go out and meet them. All you know the name of that boat? Somebody tell me the name of that boat. Tell me the name of that boat. Somebody tell me the name of that boat. Yeah? Anybody that know the name of that boat there and tell me what the boat doing. Yeah? Because it's vessels like that had to go out and meet the cruise ships. Go and meet the cruise ships and bring the people in. And then you had some other boats that used to do it too. And sometimes I think some of the cruise ships used to use their boats to transport the people from the cruise ship onto the mainland. Yeah, that's why they had this area over by on the Carriacou there, yeah. That they would dock there and they would drop off the people and so on. And this is the area that the fish market is now. You see where it had there? That is what was there. That is what was the area where the fish market is now. That is what used to be there. But again, they say NNP ain't do nothing, ain't it? They just take their mouth and say NNP ain't do nothing. So we just had to show them. You just have to remind them whether it's youth development, whether it's housing, whether it's infrastructural development or tourism. The new National Party has done a lot, quite a lot, in all different areas. Yeah? And this is in skills development and so on, skills training and so. This is one of the projects that were being done in skills training because they give the impression that NNP never focused on things like skill training. And this was one of the projects that they had in skills training.
So when you see yourself side by side with ladies now, they could operate.
Yes, so you can yes, they can.
But the instructor has to be proud.
Yeah, let me jump forward with that a bit. Because they're teaching them how to do different things. Again, don't give the impression that NNP was never involved in teaching people skills and all this kind of thing. Yeah, don't give that impression. And again, males as well as females.
Jason,
So people were receiving training in things like electrical installation. You had some people that were doing classes in like carpentry and basic construction. You had people that were doing stuff in laying tiles and all these different things. So you were utilizing the TAMCC and so to provide skills training to a lot of people. And again, all of these were projects that were done during the period of time of the New National Party. They tried to give you the impression, oh, none of this was being done. I'm so sorry, I've lost my photos where Miss and David Antwine had a similar electrical installation class that was going on back then at what used to be the Dynamite Disco. And she had an electrical installation class going on there. So when they tried to give the impression NNP didn't do anything and NNP didn't do this and NNP didn't do that and so on, you all have to be able to tell them, no, the New National Party did a lot of positive things for the state of Grenada over the years, yeah? A lot of positive things for the state of Grenada over the years. It's not no one and two thing, it's a lot of stuff that the NNP was able to do over the years. And ladies? Yeah, them ladies and them.
Look on below. Yeah. The end there from here. In the whole span. Charge them there low.
Again, skills training. That is what was taking place there. You try to come and tell us that we never do anything. Where are the receipts? And as I said, just a reminder, folks, we're going up until 10:15. Yeah, my transport ain't coming from here until that time, so I'm going up until then.
You mark on 6.
How much you said?
You mark on. You mark on. Go ahead.
Yeah, folks, so we have to show it. We have to show these things. We have to let people know what has gone on before. Yeah? Because some of these same ladies is the ones that might be able to do a little something on the place for themselves right now. This was many, many years ago. Yeah, but some of these same ladies is the ones who might be able to do a little something on the place now. Yeah? Whether it's laying a tile or fixing a tile or doing whatever, they could do it for themselves because they know. They know the process. They understand what has to be done and how to do it. They've been trained in that. And then there was also training here in the, let me just bring this one up here, in the electrical area. Yeah?
Yeah, if you want to choose voltage, here is the scale, that's a function switch. Right here is our function switch. Voltage. In this case here, I'm measuring DC voltage. I'm going to explain. Well, of course, it's man-made, so you expect a little bit of difference. The meter is man-made and all that. Okay? Right. Now, somebody don't just look at the man, take one and measure it. You have one here. Put this thing and resistance and take a resistance measure it.
Yeah, folks, so I'm just skipping through because, we're trying to get it as much as we can and then still give you all the opportunity to make a call in a while. No, we go a little too far there. And to tell you how long ago this was, you see, it's the big back computer and them. They don't even make them kind of thing there again. Right now, you only seen that in movies, isn't it? Yeah, you only seen them kind of computer and thing in movies and so these days. But that is from years ago, when the New National Party offered the opportunity to young people in general, not just young people, but people in general, to learn, whether it's electrical installation and all these sort of things, that they could have learned how to do that. Yeah? So there's a lot that the party has done as a government. There's a lot that the New National Party government was able to do. Where's this one? Let me see. Yeah. Also, one of the initiatives before of the Imani program was that the Imani trainees would have to do community projects and so on. And let me just give you an idea of what some of these community projects were. Because the Imani trainees would have to go out and do some of these community projects, yeah?
And I look at good kid out the basket, you know, right?
Yeah, so this seems to be the town of St. George Imani trainees here. These are town of St. George Imani trainees where they were going around to the elderly and providing them with I think it's not fruit baskets, but providing them with groceries and different things like that. Yeah, so they were going around to different people that needed help and try and assist them and so. Yeah, nice. Yeah, right. So this is another home that the trainees went to. So it wasn't just that you had people under the program. It was never a case that you just had people under the program. And because they're under the program, you send them out and train and you give them a stipend at the end of the month. It was also that they would be involved in the community and so on. And this was prior to the 2008 general election, where all of this that was being done was destroyed by the then NDC between 2008 and 2013. And then we had to restart the program afterwards. But this was prior to that, yeah? So this was one of the ladies that they went, and she was getting them real joke to get inside. And again, one of the projects here, I'm trying to remember the location of this one. I believe this is at the, oh yes, I think this was at the elderly home in Springs. Yeah, this was at the home in Springs, I believe they were, where the trainees went out there and they did a project interacting with the elderly at the homes there. All right, so it wasn't a matter of just Imani and this kind of thing, and you are Imani there and you just say, well, Imani, and every month they collect a stipend. And those who were in the program can confirm, because I know a lot of all you seen all yourself there tonight. You all can confirm. You all can confirm. It was not simply about just the money, but you had to be involved in the community. You had to go around, yeah, with these community projects, and they would select their community projects. We didn't tell them what projects to do. They would look around and say, well, okay, we'll go to the home for the aged, and I remember going with a group. I'm sorry, I don't have that tape here with me tonight. Going with a group up in St. Patrick to the home for the aged up there, and that they would go and they would plait the hair and sing, dance, clean, different things with the elderly up there. Yeah? So it is not simply a matter. This was one of the Imani activities again down at the Trade Center. I don't know, my camera work wasn't that good that day, boy. Yeah? They had some plays and different things on different aspects of interactions and so on, because you did things so that these young people, it was not just a program where you go in to get a stipend, but it helped you improve yourself as an individual. Yes, so there was a heavy focus on community involvement, being out there in the community, giving back to the community, because the same community that paying your stipend too, you know. So giving back to the community and being involved in the community. And let me shout out my old staff out there in Carriacou and Petit Martinique, or the Ministry of Youth, and so yeah, I find a little video with some of all your boy, yeah, Linton and the crew. Yeah, I find a little video with some of all up there in Carriacou during one of our youth activities out there in Carriacou. A lot of people are a lot slimmer, they boy. Yeah, out in Carriacou and Petit Martinique. Well, this was in Carriacou itself, one of the youth activities, and these were the staff of the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit Martinique back in those days. That would have, again be prior to the 2008 general election, when all of these sort of things that you're seeing there were destroyed. So one of the activities, they would go to church on a Sundays, sometimes with some of the other young people that were involved in the youth activities. They would bring them to church and so on. Yeah. And also, I think this one, let me see if I can remember, they had community activities that were taking place as well. Yeah, let me see if I have it here. Yeah, they had community activities taking place. So these were some of the community activities that were taking place in Carriacou over that weekend as part of youth. Well, you know, we used to have Youth Week, and then we extended it to Youth Month. So these were some of the activities that were taking place for those things there. Yeah, these were just some of the activities that were taking place.
It could be of great advantage to the youth on a whole, because you teach them how to communicate, you teach them how to live within a certain environment more peacefully and how to contribute more positively. So that's why I think it's very important that youths come together and try to make a change in society.
What would you say to other young people who may be sitting at home? They may be looking at a program with this on it right now, with seeing your group doing this project, and they may be thinking, well, I wonder if I should get involved in something like this. What would you tell them?
Most definitely, I think they should get involved, because it's a positive thing. You know, it grows character, it makes them a lot more interactive with other youths, and with that it could build up confidence. So you have a lot to gain from this type of organizations.
Okay, thanks. Good. Talk to me.
My name is Andrea Machurin. I am the PRO of Top Rising Star. And
okay, just give me a name, your position you hold in the organization, and tell me about the project you're doing today.
Start over?
Yeah, go ahead.
My name is Andrea Machurin. I am the PRO in Top Rising Star. Today is our environmental project organized by the Department of Youth. I'm a youth officer. What's going there next? Right, and we do a cleanup campaign from Wednesday. Now we're painting the bin, we're putting up a signboard, and looking good.
Okay. How do you think this particular project would assist the community?
I find that person who asking the question, voice sound kind of familiar, you know.
Why a billboard?
Okay, a billboard? Since I'm growing up, I never see a billboard saying welcome to Top Hill. Nothing about the historical sites, nothing. As you can see, the tower, the home for the agent is on it. What else? And yes, we group now form. It's a newly formed group, so it will encourage new youths to come and join us.
All right, good.
Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, boy, I know that music in the background going and put me in problems now. But yeah, so what we used to do is we also had environmental projects and so on. So around the island, we'd have a weekend where young people would be busy around the island doing different things. Right now, you don't even celebrate Youth Month or Youth Week or anything again. They don't celebrate any of them things. And these are the people who say they're involved in youth and they're so in for youth and different things like that. And let me see, because I know we had things, for instance, like we had the parenting program. Yeah, that was done under the Ministry of Youth for quite a while. We had the parenting program. Yeah, let me see if I can find some.
Yes, what time?
Yeah, so these are just some aspects of the parenting program where you would teach the ladies how to properly care for everything, from how to properly hold them and to clean them, care for them and everything, but also give them a skill. So you saw some of the stuff that they were taught to make, and so during the parenting program, all of these are things that this was done under the Ministry of Youth, and so you had all of these things that were taking place. Yeah, let me see. I think I could find somebody inside here. Let me see if I find that person. Where are they? Yeah, right. Nice. Let me see what that lady had to say.
Yeah, this activity. And what closing, but we had to make a compromise. And Prime Minister said the matter that we're going to discuss, because Minister Charles was part of earlier negotiations on that matter.
Not sure what's going on with the audio here. Yeah, let me see.
So to make a nice us for her to teach, she already knows. The other thing I want to say to you is that you're all very fortunate, because I'm very sure you never had a program like this.
And in case you all can make out today, that's the Honorable Emlyn Pierre. Yeah. I tell you, we do in this thing now. We are wrong long, yeah?
Has had a program like this before. I don't think so. And when you look at the competition.
And if I remember correctly, this one ought to have been, I think, in Cloget. Yeah, I'm wondering if this is Cloget or St. Mark. No, this one I think is Cloget.
Not only are we teaching you about parenting, because the course is a parenting course, but you are learning your maths, you are learning your English, you are learning your values through personal development sessions, you are also learning skills. And I want to stress that the reason we are teaching the skills is to assist you so that you can become employable. So in other words, I said yesterday at the activity in Brentfield that very long before the first course was finished, one of the participants was offering to sell me some of their products. And I've heard from the team leader that some of you have already started making money from what you've been doing.
So we air reaching this thing just the other day. We day in it long. We sell all you. We in it long. You understand? We in this thing long. If I show a certain man, they go on to play game Vexer. Oh boy. And we even had here, I think we had a man that was in the thing, yeah, we had an instance where there was a man, you would think it's a parenting program, so it's only ladies. No.
Lone gentlemen in all of the programs, Sherman, Mark.
He was the first man to be in the parenting program, yeah. So he leaving it up to the lady alone. He want to participate too. He want to know how to do things too. So as I said, we ain't there in this thing just now. No, we there in this thing a long time. Here's what I'm going to do, folks. I'm going to open the phone lines and give you all the opportunity to call in. And so that's just a taste. Again, we have, let me put it to you like this. I have roughly about 800 tapes that I have to go through. Each tape is 90 minutes long, and all of them are filled with information. And talking back from the 1990s, come up the road. These things are filled with information. The tapes basically end somewhere around 2014, 2015 or so, which is where digital sort of took over from the tapes. But we have quite a lot of information about. And then just last night, and I want to apologize for not coming on with the program last night. I was here. I was in studio. But when I looked at the time that the forum finished last night, I said it didn't make sense to start talking points, because by the time we start and we get rolling, 10 o'clock would be on us. It was basically just about half hour we had. Yeah, only about 30 minutes. So in my view, it didn't make sense going forward with talking points last night, but I was here. And then only to realize I had about 800 more tapes here too. So found myself having to deal with another set of tapes now. I don't know. I'll probably finish going through this sometime in the year 2036 or somewhere around there. I'd finish the process of going through these tapes and so on. But I just find it very important very important that we counteract the nonsense that they keep trying to put. I see the MP for the South trying to talk about NNP didn't do no house, and look at the kind of house NNP do, and NNP did houses without CRIF money. You have CRIF money. You have CRIF. And the only reason you have CRIF, and the only reason you have money from the CBI, and the only reason you have money that was left in the Treasury was because of the excellent leadership and work of the new National Party. That is why you have those things. So when you run your mouth in context. Run your mouth in context. You, Andy Williams, the MP for the South, run your mouth in context. You know not of which you speak. We have a call online.
Shirley.
Hey, sir, how you do?
Good night, not bad. I want to say something, but don't get upset with me.
I'm upset with you already then. Go ahead, Papa.
All right. Listen, you know, I believe you is one of the causes that make the NNP lose the last election.
I don't say that sometime.
Yes, because listen, if you have all these things there, and you hear Donkey Mouth and Donkey John them talking this set of nonsense, if you brought these things before and showed the Grenadian people, they could have recalled what has happened, and they have a different view of what's going on.
Well, my brother, we're doing it now.
Well, yes, I mean, I'm glad to see it. I mean, I look at it long before when you keep on showing it pieces before, and I really, really feel happy because I knew about some of them too. They're wrong. So I say, let me give you a shout and tell you congrats on that, man, and just keep it up.
I'll take it, my lash. All right, my brother. You have a good one.
Yeah,
yes,
right,
indeed.
Take care of yourself. Have a good evening.
All right. And folks, what I want you all to remember as well, the phone lines are open. 440, as I said, we're going up until 10:15. So we have roughly about 10 minutes or more again. Yeah, so back in 2006, 2007, you really didn't have Facebook and all these kind of things. So these things were on tape. We did programs. Most of the stuff that you see I've shown, especially the stuff from the Ministry of Youth, all of these stuff, they were in programs that were broadcast on television. But remember, if you're not in front of the television at that point in time, and you're not watching TV, you don't see those. Or if you don't see the government programs, you don't see those. Now we're into the digital age, which is why I'm making sure that these things are digitized. And I wonder if Pastor Lois could tell me who this person is here. Pastor Lois, tell me who is this person. Tell me who's that man there.
Kings, queens, young lions. But look at some young ones, but look at him.
Pastor Lois, you know who's that person?
They have great plans for the future. Great plans for the future.
I know you might be familiar with him. And again, I'm not just showing Pastor Lois for showing Pastor Lois' sake. This was a youth activity. One of the things that we did as the Ministry of Youth is that when we had one of our activities where we went up to Carriacou or so, is that we would actually go to a church, and so on a Sunday we would bring all the young folks over to a church. This instance, we went over to Pastor Happy, and Pastor Happy always has been one of my favorite churches to go to. Yeah, Pastor Happy's church that Sunday. Yeah, we went over to what Pastor Happy said now?
We just welcome everyone up here this morning to Delegation the Infrastructural. It's really a blessing to have everyone up here. How good it looks to see you.
And we have a call online. Hello, good night.
Yes, Sheldon Scott. Good morning. Good night, Sheldon.
Good night, Pastor. How you doing?
Boy, what I could have... Listen, man. What is things that encode, boy? Wow.
And this would date back to about the year 2007.
Yeah, they're about,
it would date back to the year about 2007, yeah.
Yeah, man, you know. And when I look at it, I mean, today I'm 69. I'm 69 now, you know, man. I'll be 70 next year. But it's really a breath of really fresh air. Because, you know, when I heard this administration says that nothing has not been done, I mean, it was really shameful to make such a statement. Because, I mean, President right now, they put a foot in the mouth. Because, Sheldon, if you decide to go back, and to bring out all what has been done with the youth ministry is concerned. And I believe
I'm doing it. Doing it.
Yeah. Because listen, and you know, well, over from 2013, I served the youth ministry for at least about 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we have projects all over Grenada. And those days, it was really exciting time. And when you look at a lot of our young people today, some of them are police officers, some of them are immigration, some of them, some of them are doctors, some of them are nurses.
Mm-hmm.
And I could remember once I was over, I didn't feel well, and I went to the Princess Alice Hospital in Maryborough, Sheldon. And while I was there, a nurse in white came and she took my pressure. But I didn't really know who that person was. And she said, I'm Pastor Luis. I said, yes. She said, how are you feeling? I said, not too good. She said, remember me? I said, no, I don't think so. And she said, okay, well, let me take your pressure. And you know, Sheldon Scott, after she take the pressure, she said, so let me tell you who I am. She said, I am Kihani Julian. I said, oh my God. And I remember facilitating that young lady. And I asked her about her sister, and I think she told me that her sister is studying for a doctor from under the money program. Under the money program. And I believe, Sheldon, that the time will come, like, I don't know if it will be possible, like when we hit the street to do our political campaign, if we could use the screen to convince people
what trouble I put myself in now?
Yeah, but Sheldon,
I've seen it in the comments and I hearing it now from you and again messages, put it on the screen.
But we have to do it. Every constituency. We have the screen below our tent where the MPs will be speaking. And then we show them, and that will be convincing our young people and convincing a lot of people, hey, NMP was not just making jokes. We were walking. Mm-hmm. You understand? Thank you very much, Sheldon, for showing me, man. I feel young, man. I feel 10 years younger now. Take care, Sheldon.
All right, Pastor.
Very nice. Lovely, man.
Yes. No, we this is not a joke thing. This is genuine. Yeah? One of the things that was done as a Ministry of Youth is that you engage young people at various levels. Yeah, and one of those levels was at the spiritual level. So when you had activities and so on, especially I remember that visit to Pastor Happy's church was also of a youth camp that we had in Carriacou. We brought up roughly was about 200 to 300 young people that we brought up to Carriacou over a weekend, engaged in various projects and so in Carriacou and forums and different things. So we were able to get some young people had never been to Carriacou. Up to that point, that was the first time that they set foot in Carriacou. Because we were going up to Carriacou with a youth camp. That was the first time that some of them ever got to go up to Carriacou and so on. So there's a lot that has been done, and I do take the blame that my good friend called and gave me a little while ago. I'm taking my blame. Yeah? Because many of us know a lot but have said little. Let me say that again. Many of us, we know, not that we think, we know a lot but have said little. And it's time for us to speak up and out. Many of those young people that you're seeing there, some have traveled. I know of many young people, similar to what Pastor is saying, that you know, they got a little attachment to the general hospital or so through the Imani program. And they are full-fledged nurses in white right now. Full-fledged nurses. I know of many young people that got into things like the police force and so. They were attached pretty last task force and different things. And next thing, when the opportunity came for training and so, they got the full-fledged police officers. But they started off as Imani, attached to different departments, carrying out different duties, whether it's desk duty, doing something, whatever it is, the tailor shop, wherever. And now, full-fledged into the police force, or the fire service, or the Coast Guard, and different things like that. So there are many young people, there are even young people who started off, and some of them that you're watching there that are medical doctors right now. But the problem is, and remains, that these people, many of them, and I don't know if it is because, and I blame many of our own NNP supporters for continuing to let the word Imani be a bad word, so that somebody would use the word Imani in a derogatory sense. We NNPites, some of us, we're responsible for that. Some of we, not me, I ain't never make the mistake, but I taking blame too. I just take blame for things me ain't doing it. That's I taking blame. Me ain't do it, but I taking blame. Some of we allowed the name Imani to be used as a derogatory term. So when people who have benefited from the Imani could step forward and say, I have been in the Imani. I have been in the Imani and I was able to achieve this, so I've been in the Imani and I'm able to achieve that. Instead of that, people keeping their mouth quiet because they don't want people to know there was an Imani. Because Imani suddenly become a bad thing. No, open your mouth and talk. Those of you that used to be in the Youth Pulse on a Saturday, that used to look forward to, and if you don't have Youth Pulse, you want them, when it's a Youth Pulse again, you're feeling funny, you want to be there. Yeah? We have to come out and speak out. Yeah? We have a call online. Hello?
Yes, Sheldon. Jeb Cadet. He was an Imani. He was under the Imani program.
Yeah,
Jeb
back in the days, yeah.
And become a senator.
Yeah.
He become a senator.
But you see, I show sister Kate a little earlier.
Yeah, and I believe that I think right in Carriacou, I think that Minister Emlyn Tay, I think that she may attest to that. There was a young lady who was working in the early days, I think it was NCB Bank.
Mm-hmm.
And her role and function, I think she did commercial food preparation and cleaning. And they attached her to the bank. And I believe that she becomes something like the manager of that bank.
Mm-hmm.
I never forget, so even Jeb Cadet, I can remember I supervised him and he become a senator. So Sheldon Scott, the NNP are very good in doing so much, but the PR is not that well. But I congratulate you for bringing this thing back. That is applause for us. Thank you, Sheldon.
All right, my brother.
Yeah.
And I'll go do this one for some police officers. You know what? Some of the police officers, identify the following people for me. Identify them for me. All you might know these guys and them. Identify them for me. I'm trying to remember which course that was, but identify some of these guys. All you might know these fellas. So Only excuse me, but Only don't give me a ticket to follow me, please. Oh. This was an induction ceremony for police officers. Unclear as to the exact year. Randy, only don't. Yeah, Ollie might be able to identify some of those officers. Well, you might have to know some of them good to identify that was them, boy. Wee papa. Yes, this was an induction, a new recruits a number of years ago. Yeah, a number of years ago, new recruits into the Royal Grenada Police Force. So, officers, Ollie might be able to tell me some of them guys and them is there. I mean, some of them faces and them looking familiar. Each one tell, hey, wait now, my 10:15 gone and I'm still here. Folks, we got to have to wrap on this one. Yeah, we got to wrap on this one. Yeah, we might have to wrap on this one because I find, some of these officers are them. The next thing, them people see me and start to give me ticket and thing, boy. Officers, I just thought you all might want to remember. You understand? Yeah. Don't feel like how, eh? Yeah, don't feel like how on your boy. You know what? Let me cut that, eh? Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful here with you. Oh, program note. We may not have program on Monday. Let me repeat, we may not have the program on Monday. Reason being, the political leader will be doing a live interview on Monday, and we are thinking that it might be better for all of that for that to be the focus on Monday night. So we may not have talking points. It makes sense you have talking points and you have Dr. Mitchell on our next program. Well, yeah, we want to focus on what Dr. Mitchell is saying. And so folks, what we're going to do, most likely we would ask for permission to try and broadcast the same thing on Monday as well. All right? So just letting you all know that there is a high possibility I may not be on Monday, but Talking Points will be on broadcasting the interview with Dr. Mitchell. I just said, let me let you all know what is taking place. All right, folks? So that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. I just got a message that my ride is here. So I must go. Good, and the phone line's going, but folks, I must go. Yeah, my ride is here and I must get out of here. So folks, that's all the time we have for tonight. And whatever you say, whatever you do, do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I am out until next week. I'm out of here.
The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. We moving on. The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. Take a good look around. The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. We moving on. The house solid and the pillars strong. Don't stop the progress. Take a good look around. 95 we rule this country. The new national party, Dr. Kit administration, show plenty progress in my land. Opportunity for the young people. The money program and skills training too. We taking Grenada to a higher level. Concession farmers getting people between me and you. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop it. National Stadium. Don't stop it. Fish market in town. Don't stop it. The bus terminal. Don't stop it. Cruise ships and all. Don't stop it. General Hospital. Don't stop it. Nurses school start all. Don't stop it. Depot expansion. Don't stop it. Repair of police station. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the progress. Don't stop the